my name is Marley to review Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I want to share books that are really magical, that can really envelop you and just make you feel like you're actually inside of them. And Shiver is one that I really have this urge to share. I read this in a day. I read this in one day. Oh my gosh. This book is magical. It's just magical. That's the only word I know how to describe it. Alright, so Shiver is about werewolves. But I don't want to say werewolves because they're not the classical type of werewolves. They're not the full moon type of werewolves. They're not the lycanthrope full moon werewolves. You know, they're humans who turn into wolves when it's cold outside. And this idea is so beautiful and poignant in its own certain ways, and I just absolutely am enthralled by this concept. And when the weather comes to be a little bit warmer, the wolves turn back into their human selves, and while they're wolves, they don't have any really recollection of their human existence. So they have the mind of a wolf, which is kind of interesting, but if an experience of their human experience is really poignant, then it will stick with them as when they're a wolf. And this is true for Sam and Grace, the couple in this book. Yes, it is a love story, obviously, and that's why I love it so much. It's this whole amazing struggle that makes this book so magical. Because Sam is one of these wolves, and Grace is a human. But is she a human? I don't know. I'm getting some little signals here that maybe she's not totally human. Grace was bitten by a wolf, so she has these wolf senses almost, but she's still a human. She hasn't changed, like Sam has changed. And Sam's story is absolutely heart-throbbing. I was crying reading his story, which is, I remember the page, on page 139 is the saddest page I've ever read. Oh my goodness. I was sobbing. It's so sad. He has this horrible backstory where his parents tried to kill him after he was bitten by the wolf because he started shifting into the wolf, and they thought it was demonic, and they tried to kill him. I'm not going to tell you the whole story to spoil it, but it's so sad. So, like, as I was saying before, Grace and Sam, their love story is so amazing because Sam, while he's a wolf, watches Grace through a bedroom window, and Grace always depends on seeing Sam every winter. And so before they actually meet as two humans, Sam and Grace are already in love. And that makes their story that much more just rich. Such a rich couple. Beautifully written. Chapter 7 starts out by comparing the characters to a stained glass window. You know, each piece of the glass is some part of them in that present time in the book, all compiled together to make who they are, a reflection of who they are at the certain point of the story. And Maggie Stiefvater does a lot of this, comparing who the characters are to objects or something like that. Just, we really get a really good sense of who the characters are. They feel so real. And I applaud Maggie for that. This characterization is so amazing. And it just, that's really what keeps you hooked. It's the struggles, because they're so poignant and heartbreaking. You just want to keep reading. You want the best for these characters. And I'm not going to tell you the ending, but I could tell you that the ending is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever read. I'm just so captivated by this book. Beautifully crafted book. Beautifully crafted characters. Everything about this is just, it's like a piece of art. Go to Maggie Stiefvater's YouTube channel. She creates art for the trailers that she makes. She does paper art. She cuts out the trees and the little Grace and the little Sam and the little wolves, and she makes these stop-motion trailers with paper figures. It's the most beautiful thing, and it captures Shiver so beautifully. Because when I think of it, when I look at the cover, I think of like a world of play where anything is possible, everything is made out of paper. It doesn't go into the inner workings of the werewolf, of how this works, how the humans turn into wolves in the winter. It doesn't, there's some debate between the characters, whether it's science or magic, but it's never revealed. And I think that's so beautiful because that's not something that any reader should be focusing on, really, in my opinion, is science of it. How does it work? How does it work? It's just amazing to be able to embrace the mystery of this, because the mystery is often more beautiful than the revelation of the truth, you know? There's nothing more beautiful than the unknown, and this is what I found reading Shiver. So thank you, Maggie Stiefvater, for writing such a beautiful book. I bought Linger. It's on my shelf back there. I bought it yesterday, and I'm going to dive right into that. I can hardly wait to see what your imagination holds in store for the characters. Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. You better read it. Thank you for watching.